I came to Scotland not prepared at all because, we were in the midst of a global pandemic. The school was very accepting and accepted me not right away because I had to take a test and everything else, but it approved me right away. I came in and I remember every day I would be wearing shorts. Like I was in the Bahamas enjoying the hot sun. I was wearing shorts and short sleeve shirt, no jacket, anything. I didn't bring anything from the Bahamas because I thought, oh, it's going to be warm now, it's the summer. And it was not warm at all. It was very, very cold. But I recognized then and there that this life is not only going to change for me educational wise, but it's going to change for me from what I knew. My cultures is going to be, broadened.
He makes the Bahamas proud as he has been appointed the first black head boy in St. Leonards' 144-year history. He is the 21st head boy at the school in a student population of 560 in Scotland.
Up to this day, I am still very, very shocked that I got a position. Now, this is my message to young people as well. I came to St. Leonards, if you want to talk about impossible, I came to St. Leonards in 4 months ago, or 4 to 5 months ago, I came to St. Leonards. And in 5 months, I was able to achieve one of the highest positions alongside the head girl of St. Leonards, Grace Adam, and the senior deputies and everyone else. I was able to achieve one of the highest positions in the school to be a representative. And I think if I could have done that, in that short amount of time, that anybody can do it, in any school or any institution that they are part of. And so when I became head boy of St. Leonards, Dr. Carslaw, I remember the interview. It was a very hard process getting through, and it was a lot of anticipation because you did not know when, and then we were banking on January something to have our interviews, and then it changed to February, and we were so afraid that oh my goodness, we have to wait the next week. And I remember getting an email, a general email stating that the headmaster wanted to meet with each of us, the deputies now, and the head girl and myself, who's currently the head girl. He wanted to meet with us. We had interviews with him. And I remember, I was selected. So even when I got the first initial informal interview, I said, oh my God, this is great news. So I started running around, sharing the news with everybody. And then I said, Jaya, you haven't gotten the position yet. You need to work harder now, even more than you were working hard, to make sure that even if you don't get the position, that they could see that you still had the drive and the motivation to be an advocate for the student body. And so after that, shortly after the interview, Dr. Carslaw, our gracious headmaster, and the senior leadership team, Mrs. Dawn Pemberton, who's the deputy head of academics, Mr. Young, who's deputy head of boarding, Mr. Durwood, who's deputy head of well-being, all of these fantastic people, they came on to a meeting, and Dr. Carslaw said to me, to us, that he would like Grace Adam to be the head girl, and he would like Karajahyah Forbes-Schlagenhauf to be the head boy. And I remember, even before he called my name, I was calling a next student name in my mind. So I was preparing not to be called. And so when he called my name, I looked at one of the deputy head boys, Nicholas Powell, and I said, what did he just say? And he said, you're the head boy. And I cried. Because I finally felt in my 18 years of life, I was able to make a stamp in my mother's life that would make her proud.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture congratulating the first Bahamian and first student of color to serve as head boy of St. Leonards Boarding School in St. Andrews, Scotland. Karajahyah Forbes, a two-time youth parliamentarian and 2019 National Youth Award winner, secured the position for the first time in the school's 144-year history. Youth, Sports and Culture officials acknowledge that the young student has forged a unique path for himself with the help of mentors who have afforded him the necessary guidance, encouragement, as well as opportunities needed to excel beyond the barriers of what many may call humble beginnings. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture encourages all Bahamians to view his achievement as an inspiration to become global citizens and to courageously take opportunities to serve as local and international ambassadors for the Bahamas.
We go through quite a thorough process, and I find the views of Karajahyah's peers and his year group. It's the 12th year here, also his teachers. And so I really ask a lot of questions about people who they think will be suitable to be head boy and head girl and for these senior positions in the school. And Karajahyah, even though he'd only been with us in September, he arrived in September, the end of August, even though he'd been with us for a very short time, he'd made such a huge impact on the school and the school staff and his peers as well. It was a great pleasure for me to be able to interview him and some others as well, and to make the selection. And I think just listening to Karajahyah speak earlier, I think that gives you all the reasons you want to know why he's now the head boy.
What were some of the qualities that you were looking for, and did he measure those qualities?
Yeah, well, we're an International Baccalaureate school. We're an IB school. And one of the themes that we have is blurring boundaries, keeping doors open, being collegial, being collaborative. Community is really, really important to us. So we wanted somebody who is effectively that servant leadership model, somebody who will be a model to others, an ambassador to others, but at the same time will bring others together. And, you know, as Karajahyah was saying, the motto of the school is ad vitam. We're preparing young people for life, and life has its ups and downs. And it's how can you deal with those challenges? How can you take the opportunities? But at the same time, how do you deal with the challenges that are placed in life in front of you? And Karajahyah has gone through quite a few of those challenges. He's been talking to us already, and I think he's a very good model as well for others to see moving forward. And we're quite an international school. We have 37 nationalities on the school roll, and that comes into the blurring boundaries side of things. How do we learn from others? How do we make our community stronger as a result? And how can we make we work better with other people?
Favorite quote was or is, lead the charge to put service above self at all times.
Always. Yes, that's my quote. That's my favorite quote. Yes.
How did that come about? What is that all about?
Well, leading the charge to put service above self. You know, it comes under the topic almost, that saying where they said, be the change that you want to see. So leading the charge to put service above self simply means to me, and, you know, we all have our different perspective. And I think that's what I've learned in St. Leonards, that although we are one big school, we are a very diverse school. And therefore, there's going to be a lot of different, you know, ideas and perspective, but it does not make your idea or your perspective any less valid than someone else's perspective. And we are able to accept those perspectives and make one, you know, one neutral perspective. But I think my perspective on leading the church to put service above self is basically saying, if you want to be the change, if you want to see something done, you have to lead that charge. And so putting service above self, you know, that basically means do what you do, love who you love, represent who you want to represent, and you know, help who you want to help. But do not do it for your own personal gratification. Do it for the more extended population of your country, of your family, etc., of your school community. And so leading the church to put service above self simply means to me taking something that you want to see change and you starting to change it by your actions, by the way you talk, by the way you interact with people. You start leading that charge. And hopefully other persons will hop onto that charge. And if no one hop on, that's fine. But your strength, your bravery is going to get you through anything. And so leading the church to put service above self simply means you taking up the mantle and saying, if nobody else wants to do it, I see that I can do it. I see that this is what needs to change. I will change it. I will do it.
Would you erase anything about your life? What you've gone through?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can say that with so much excitement, and I would say that simply due to the fact that I think, me knowing me, if I was not abused, I think if I was just placed inside of St. Leonards, for example, I would have not known how to be appreciative to persons. I would have not been able to be appreciative for the opportunity that I have. And so I think every single thing that I went through prepared me for this now. You know, the school's motto is ad vitam, preparing young boys and girls for life. The school is preparing me for life now, but I think, you know, in keeping with the motto ad vitam, everything I went through prepared me for where I am now. And the school that I'm currently at, my home, my family, St. Leonard's School, is still preparing me for life. So everything that I went through prepared me for where I am and for where I need to go.
This scholar remembers his mother this way.
She was my rock. And so I remember my mother was a fighter, and when she was paralyzed, she fell ill in 2 years before she died with a 7th stroke, and she was paralyzed. And we were able to see her for the 2013 for Christmas. And although she was paralyzed on one side, she would cook for us every day. She would iron our clothes every day. She would bathe me still because I was still a baby, and she was paralyzed on one side. She never used the wheelchair, even though we gave her a wheelchair. She never used any support. She used the wall to lean on, and she would walk because she never wanted to show a sign of weakness. But we knew as a children, that she was hurting and that, she was trying to show strength. So if I would remember anything about my mother, Karen Yvette Russell, is that she was a fighter.